Hello and welcome to the Formula STEM Esports Cup presented by Brightspeed Fiber Internet. My name, as always, is Ryan Vargas. It's a pleasure to be here. Always a good time being able to chat with you guys, run some laps in a car that I am very unaccustomed to, and try and help you guys out a little bit, finding new ways around the racetrack. Um, Quick overview of my racing career. If you guys weren't here before, maybe don't know who I am. I'm a NASCAR driver. I raced in the NASCAR Truck and Xfinity Series, currently racing in the NASCAR Canada Series. Raced overseas in Europe quite a bit, so I'm a little familiar with these road circuits. It's not my entire forte, but I feel really good on these road courses. It's a lot of fun, and tonight here in Japan, it is going to be an absolute blast. Really, for me, I'm just excited to be here with you guys, telling you about racing, kind of showing you a little bit of my philosophy when it comes to going into these races, especially going in as blind as some of you guys may be, because I'm going to be honest with you guys, I need to learn this track a little bit too. I'm not really accustomed to this track, so I'm going to go over with you guys how I approach some of these things as well. All night tonight, please feel free to ask questions throughout the night. I'm more than happy to kind of dive deep into some of this stuff. We have plenty of time to fill everything out. So if there's anything that I can dive deeper into to help you guys better understand what's happening, just let me know. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you guys find a little bit of extra speed around this racetrack, find your way around this racetrack, and hopefully keep it out of the sand trap. So no, I'm pretty excited about it. But without further ado, let's get a look at this racetrack here in Japan. So this racetrack here, it is a very technical and honestly really tricky racetrack. The folks here behind the scenes, they probably watch me running laps and spinning out into the into the gravel. So it is a very tricky and very technical race circuit. Going to start over here on the far right of your screen here. Going into turn number 1 here is a really quick corner. It's only a quick lift, little scrub of the brake, really focusing on setting up for that heavy turn 2, which leads into this S section, we like to call it, that turn 3 through 7 section there, where it's just all these corners picking up off each other. And that's really one of the biggest phrases that you've probably heard me say a lot this year. But going into this track especially, every corner is so dependent on one another. So making sure that you get yourself a good corner 3 is going to set you up for a good corner 4, in turn a good 5, 6, and 7. So making sure you get through there nice and tidy is going to be important. Turn 8 and 9, kind of another one of your typical quick lifts in turn 8, maybe not even having to lift. Whereas going into turn number 9, you're going to do a pretty decent brake, heavy scrub of the brake to get the car planted, a couple downshifts there. Under the tunnel there, head into turn 10. That one's a pretty cut and dry, hardly even a corner, really wide open, heading into that really tight turn number 11, and that's going to be where you do a lot of downshifting. I was down in second gear when going through that corner. And then you get this long section here of turn 12. That's another wide open portion there. Wide open through there, making sure that you're getting through the gears, making sure that you're planted throughout there. Then you get into turn number 13 and 14. These corners very much depend on each other, making sure you get a good exit out of 13, making sure that you keep yourself wide through the exit of that corner to set up for turn number 14. That's going to be all the difference maker, because that exit of turn 14, that is a very important and crucial section there, because it leads into this long straightaway here, and really all the way through turn 15 there. I mean, really, you're hardly lifting, if at all, through turn 15. So honestly, you could really say that you were on the throttle from turn 14 all the way to 16, and your speed on the exit of that corner is what really matters a lot. Then you get into the chicane here, turn 16 and 17. Heavy brake through there. I'm down into second. Maybe you can get away with third through there. And you really got to be cautious on that throttle pedal, because it is so tempting. It's so tempting to get behind on your steering and get to the gas too quick. And one of the easiest things to do is to spin the tires on exit. It is it is incredibly difficult. I cannot stress enough how hard it is really to get the power down in that section. So making sure that you have a nice, smooth throttle application out of turn 17 going into turn 18. That's going to be your moneymaker. Turn 18 is a flat out corner, so no need to worry about anything there. Just making sure you hit your marks, and that sets you up for that front straightaway there. So very technical race circuit here. Lots of tight corners, lots of fast corners, a lot of connecting corners. That's going to be the biggest thing here. Again, I'm probably a broken record at this point, but making sure that you connect all these corners together, and making sure that you take care of, all these various things that you need to do. That's going to be the biggest thing when it comes to making sure that you set up for that quick lap. Any questions about this track going into this year? Because I know that this is a very very interesting racetrack, to say the least. But yeah, other than that, just like I said, making sure that you really take care of yourself through these corners. That's going to be the biggest and one of the most crucial things when setting up these laps. Making sure that you keep that rear tire underneath you. It is such a difficult process, making sure that you get through there. Some of the areas that I really want to focus on, especially, I would say, is definitely that turn 14 exit. If you lose your speed through there, that's going to be one of the areas where, if you're not getting a good exit, that whole lap is going to be thrown away because of your lack of speed there. Another section here I'm going to keep an eye on is turn 3 through 7. As you see there, that S section, it is very tight, very windy. You're going to have to really make sure that you stay on your lines there. And you're going to see me probably struggle with it. It's one of those things where you'll see as you get on track and as you run more laps and as you feel the car underneath you, you're really going to realize, oh, wow, this is especially with how fast all these corners come up, you're going to realize that you're getting behind on your steering, and you got to be able to be able to react quick on the moment's notice like that. Let me see some other things that I want to make sure I focus on. One of the things that I would say that this track is it's going to be pretty intense when it comes to the tire wear. I would say you're probably going to be burning off those tires quite a bit, only because of the high speed flat corners. Especially that S section. That's basically the equivalent of just swerving back and forth on a straightaway right there, because how fast you're going to be going. So just making sure you take care of yourself, do all the things that you need to do. That's going to be one of the biggest things there. In terms of overtaking, really the areas that I think you can really focus on are the straightaways, as always with these Formula cars. So exit of 14, before you get to turn 15, you really want to make sure you get that taken care of by the time you get to turn 15. That, or you could really set up for a late dive into 16. Same thing going into corner 1, making sure that you get that nice dive into the corner. That, or if you feel like the guy in front of you is blocking, you could probably roll the outside pretty decently through there, while that car on the inside is having to really back up that entry. That's going to be one of those things where it's going to be important to make sure that you get that good exit. So those are some of the main areas I would say you could pass. Same with the hairpin, turns 10 and 11. I think that's going to be something that, to me, is a place where you can really make or break your lap. If you go into there and overcook it and you go wide, you've just lost several tenths of a second. And, we're talking fractions of a second here, but those fractions of a second are the difference between, gridding on the front row or being in the third or fourth row, right? So making sure that you're just very cautious and very diligent with all those things that you do, that's going to be the most important thing. Taking a look at chat, just making sure there's nothing that I'm missing. I'm not really missing anything. So I guess we'll just go ahead and hop right in to doing some laps here, if I can get my mouse on the screen to work. But we're going to go ahead and hop in and do some laps here. If any questions come up, by all means, feel free to toss them my way while I'm on track. I'm more than happy to answer. I have my phone propped up next to me to be able to reference, so we'll go ahead and do that. But without further ado, let me put these glasses on so I can see what I'm doing, because It's important to see where I'm at. And let's hop right into it. So we're going to go back. We're just going to hop right onto the track. And we're not going to do a flying lap here. We're going to immediately come to a stop as quick as we can. And this is one of the most crucial portions of the track. This is that, I think it was turn 16 and 17 complex here. This is that final chicane here. And the reason why the chicane here is really because they don't want you going wide open through this right-hander up ahead. This corner is really here so that you can set yourself up and slow yourself up for these corners. But as you see, it is a very tricky complex here. And it really appears as really simple, but the big thing that I want to stress to you guys is getting through here and making sure that you get the exit that you need. So don't get too wide over. As you can see from my previous lines, it is so easy to go wide. And from my best lap, I was all the way off to the left there. So making sure that you just kind of take care of yourself there is going to be one of the most crucial and important portions there. As we go into here, making sure that you get that low straight exit. See, even when I messed up that corner, I still really overcompensated there, and that's really going to hurt you. As I said before, this is a relatively wide open section here. I'm only going about half throttle just to kind of give you the lay of the land. And we'll go ahead and lift a little early here. So this is that little area right here. It's a quick blip off the throttle. Maybe a downshift if you really feel quirky enough, but I don't really know. Making sure that you get all the way down here. As you can see, I have a bad habit of missing that. Making sure that you go all the way over here. Get that good exit. Don't go over that exit curve too much or else you will face a off track limits penalty, and you don't want to have that. Then getting all the way over here, and you see every corner here, it really leans on one another. It is so crucial to make sure that you are all the way in the line that you need to be. So basically, don't listen to the blue line that I laid down earlier because that was from when I hopped in earlier. But as you can see, it's so crucial, so important to make sure that you just get all these corners to attach to one another, because as you come through here, it just all lays into one another. This corner attaches to the last, the next one attaches to the next. It's just all a very crucial, come on, open. I'm trying to be able to see chat here. It's really important to be able to see it's really important to be able to set yourself up for these corners. This is a little wide open section here, really cut and dry. You'll be doing a pretty decent break here, getting yourself into this corner. Nice little scrub there, and then right here is where the real braking happens. You're going to be pretty good straight line braking, rolling into the corner here. Believe this was a third gear corner for me on through here onto the exit. All the way out, and you find yourself back on the racing line here. All the way through here, and this is where I said it was wide open, but leads yourself right into the hairpin, and this hairpin is so tricky, and I cannot stress enough how tricky this is because it is so tight. Look at off to the left here. I'm going to angle the car so you guys can see. Look at how tight it is. I mean, there's nothing there that you can do. So making sure that you get yourself all the way down here. Don't follow that line that I did. Please don't. Please. That's going to really mess you up. Getting yourself a good exit off of here is going to be key. All the way through to here. Still wide open, still wide open, still wide open, still wide open, and good scrub of the brake all the way over. And now you set yourself up for this final corner here. I believe this was 14. Yes, this was 14. So you want to make sure you get a good 14 here because it leads to that really long stretch, and that leads into that chicane. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try and lay down a lap. It's probably not going to be very good. I'm going to be honest with you. But we'll see how we can do it. Getting some heat in the tires. And heavy brake. Second gear. Making sure you're smooth on that throttle application. And now we set up for our lap. As you see right there, I got a little bit of oversteer. Missed that corner. See how easy it is to miss the corner though when you're just off the line? That's literally just all a byproduct of that. Turning radius is not great with this wheel. Wide open all the way through here. Really overslowed it there, but it worked out. Gonna go for another lap here just so I could get myself a good read on where we need to be. Better. Not great, but better. Head into the hairpin. I overcooked it, and see right here is where I'm going to lose all my time. Ghost car is gone. See how easy it is to do that? Oh, man, that sucks. Oh, man. Man, this track is a thrill to drive, though. It is so fun sending around this place, getting around these tight corners. I think that's going to be one of the most fun things that you guys experience. Let's go ahead and try and set up for another lap here. First gear, why did I do that? All right. Let's try and lay down a flyer here. Woohoo, oversteer. Ooh, I didn't get track limits there? Okay. See, even though I had a really bad beginning of that S section, I was able to catch the ghost car there because I made up for it with those exits. Ah! Oh, man, it's so easy to overcook it. I love this track. This is so fun. I'm having the time of my life driving around this place. I'm going to be real with you guys. I know exactly what happened there. Here's something to avoid. So, let's see. Oops. How do I? Uh-oh, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. There we go. I don't know what's happening. There we go. So what happened here is I turned in significantly too early and curb. What happens here, and what I'm going to tell you what happened here is because when you get all the way up on the curb like I just did here, in a stock car, like what I'm used to, this is what you want to do. I did this kind of out of habit here. But in these formula cars, they're so rigid, so stiff all the way around that when you get up on the curb like that, it lifts these tires off the ground. And what's happening is that left rear is now completely unloaded and is being completely driven by the right rear. So now it just sends me into an oversteer snap and I'm spun. Really easy to have happen. Very easy to have happen, truthfully. Oopsie. So we're going to re-rack, go for another lap, because I don't see any questions coming in. So I'm going to try and lay down a lap. Try and at least give myself a baseline so I'm not completely in the weeds here. All right. Let's try this again, shall we? Ha! I did it again. I hit the dang curb. All right, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna flashback. Oh, it invalidates the lap time. See, I'm learning all these things about this game while as we're in it. That's funny. All good. We'll go back after it. But any questions? Seriously. Like, I'm more than happy to help dive a little bit deeper into different things. Really, what I'm doing is you guys are kind of seeing how I explore the track, right? I'm exploring by kind of finding different limits in different places. Really just trying to see where I can go and where I can push. Still not a good hairpin. Got to figure out that section a little bit better on my end. Too much initial throttle there, and that's going to really hurt me on this long straightaway. That really caused me to have a bit of an oversteer moment there. I think this should be a little quicker, though. Yes, it was. Cool. Still not ideal, but y'all are getting the idea. Any thoughts, questions, anything? Well, here, what we're going to do, we're going to hop into a race. We're going to do ourselves a little bit of a race here. Make sure you stay hydrated, especially as it gets warmer. It's been warm here. I'm in the Charlotte area, and it is quite warm lately. There it is. Let's do hard. Let's do hard difficulty. 75%, because I know that I suck at this game. So I know the driver sucks at the racing game, but man, this is different. This is difficult. This is not an easy circuit. It's not an easy thing to do. Everything about this is just, you know, something that I always like telling people when it comes to it's raining.
After a fantastic qualifying yesterday, it's finally time for the race. Here at one of the most
I don't want to do it. You know what? Let's have some fun. Let's race in the rain for one, and then we'll actually do a real one. But one of my favorite things that I like to explain to people is how different it is being in the sim versus being in a real car. And the biggest thing that's so different is the lack of uh, the lack of motion, right? You don't have the G forces, the load of the car in the corner. You don't feel the slip angle. You don't feel any of it, and that's always a really difficult thing. Oh, oh, it's slippery. Oh, it's slippery. Oh, this is fun. Oh, this is so fun. Trying to stay in the dry line best as I can. Ooh, that's a lot of curb. Ah, that's fun. All right, let's go ahead and actually let's go back and fix this and not, race in the wet, because that's not what we're supposed to be doing. I just wanted to try it since I accidentally loaded in with that. Oh man, that's funny. That's really funny. Let's do weather. Slightly cloudy. I don't think that's a problem. And we'll go ahead and hop into the Grand Prix.
Welcome to one of this year's most challenging races, where the combination of high speed and complex corners makes this one of the driver's favorite tracks. It's time for the Japanese
Grand
Prix.
So the biggest thing that we're going to really focus on is what I'm going to try and focus on is setting up these passes.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can
Thank
do.
you.
Don't let me down.
I'm gonna try and focus on passes now. The biggest thing that I want to stress to you guys is that I'm learning with you here, because I haven't raced here on the sim in real life or in this game. So this is gonna be a bit of a challenge, but I'm excited. Try and apply some of the things that we talked about. Hopefully it goes well, and we'll have some fun. If you guys have any questions, though, I still got the chat right next to me here. Bottled the start a little bit. Oh, that's wide. I was ahead at the apex. Oh, gosh. Sorry, teammate. Okay, so I need to put a lot more brake there. Oh, wow. Okay. Understeer for oblivion. And of course, I forget to shift. Oh, I got right reared. Let's restart this. Now that I know what I need to do here. All right, let's have some fun. Second. Bruh. They need to put fenders on these cars, like what I'm used to, so we get our elbows out. I like how these streams just turn into me getting way too competitive. Oh! Oh, I suck. That's hilarious. Oh man, that's awesome. Woo! That's awesome. This is actually a blast. I know I'm not trying to ham it up here. This is actually really fun. All right, focus in. Focus in. Ooh, oversteer there on the exit. Oh man. I gotta fix the steering with my wheel in the game because it's not translating like I need it to. That's awesome. Oh man, I got greedy. I got greedy. Oh man, I'm so locked in. I'm so locked in. It's awesome. This is a hard one to do. Props to you guys for doing this. This is not an easy task. Oh man, I missed that corner big time. All right, let's settle in. Let's run some laps. Let's not do that either. I'm having to pound this brake pedal. That's that curb that we talked about. And I'm going to get past here. It's okay. It happens. You'll have that big time auto racing. Unless I don't. Am I not going to get past? I'm not. Wow. Okay. All right. Yippee!
Let's use overtake and burn.
Okie dokie. Uh-oh. I don't know what I just did. There we go. That felt a little better. Really, I found just being on that curb is just a death wish. I'm holding up a train of cars, I believe. Alright, we're not even going to worry about it there. Hang on, let's see. Can I do the thing? There we go. Little flashback. Any questions? I have not seen anything come through in chat. If you guys have any questions, like I said, I'm not probably putting on the most ideal display here. But what I am trying to hopefully at least show to you guys is kind of where the trouble spots are, right? And for me, it's really just making sure that you stay off the curbs. It is so tempting to get on those curbs. Oh, that's awesome. That is so freaking fun. Oh my goodness, that's fun. I'm definitely not ready to hop into a race yet. I'm so far from ready. It's actually hilarious. I mean, this is not an easy thing, y'all. This is not an easy thing. These races are difficult.
Okay, focus. We need to stay on form.
As I clip the curb. You can see how hard I just hit the brake pedal. I put my butt up out of the seat. Oh, that's awesome. This is so fun. This is such a tricky track. Like, it's actually so difficult.
Look out for a bit of understeer when trailing the car ahead. They're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect our tyres, so try to get past.
Oh, I should have shifted. Why did I stay in 7th? I was so focused on looking around I didn't shift. Lance! See, I'm not really showing great racecraft here, and the biggest thing that I'll say is that is hurting me is the fact that my wheel is quite behind on what I need it to be. I need to have to recalibrate it because I'm turning like almost the whole length of this wheel to get like the wheels to turn that much. Whereas in the game, you can even see it's like barely turning. So that's part of it. But I also do kind of stink. I'm not gonna lie. But in terms of getting around this track, quite a difficult circuit. Lots of corners that connect to one or the other. So really, the big idea there is just making sure that you focus on the corner that you're in, making sure that you connect these corners to one another. That's the biggest and most important thing when it comes to getting around these race circuits is the fact that every corner affects one another. And you can see it here. Like every time I messed up a corner, the next 4 corners were affected. It wasn't like I affected just one. It was every single corner. There was no easy way to get around this stuff. Every single thing was affected by just that one mistake. So important to make sure that you take care of yourself, take care of your race car, take care of your tires. That is one of the most important things here is making sure that you kind of keep an eye out for all those things that you are working on. Other than that, it's relatively, pretty easy, pretty quick. We'll go ahead and try another race here just to, make sure that we have a little bit of fun. Like I said, I am not doing the best of job, which I'm aware of, but I'm kind of letting you guys see how crazy it gets. Oh man, all right, here we go. Let's not suck. I just hit him. I just barely touched him with my wing. Oh, that was scary. That's flashbacks right here. Ah! Never mind. Oh my god. Hang on. I gotta rewind that now. I gotta make sure I have that wheel cranked. The contact box on these cars is so crazy. Like I'm just getting goofy here, you know? All right, let's just start this race. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. See how bad it is when you spin the wheels on the exit like that? You lose all that ground. I was right on Perez's rear tail and just completely lost all ground because of the fact that I just goosed it too hard. Ooh, that was a good little battle there.
We can now use DRS. DRS now available.
There we go. I feel a lot better about that.
Okay, you have a lot of front wing damage. Box for a new one.
Oh, that thing just snapped. Oh, that's awesome. I love this. This is so fun.
Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilize some of this energy. Come on.
Woo! There's our current best cars on the grid.
Keep on him. He might make a mistake.
Did not need a double downshift there. Woo! Oversteer. Wow. I think I probably should have built some more downforce into this before the race. We'll finish this lap out, then we'll call it good. That was an early cut. And we'll call that good. Wow, that's awesome. Oh my goodness. Any last calls? Last call for questions here. Wow, that is fun. I'm like giggling right now. I'm giggling like, you know, like a child, like a kid, because I'm just having such a blast. And I mean, I hope you guys have as much fun as I do running in these races. It is such a blast, such a good time. It is a ton of fun doing this. And, you know, the Formula STEM Esports Cup presented by Brightspeed Fiber Internet, that this is a good time. I appreciate all the folks at Spin for having me. This is such a cool event. I think just everything about it is neat. I hope you guys like have fun. That's the biggest thing, because I mean, you saw right there, I sucked, and this admittedly is not a track that I'm very comfortable at, very good at. But what I can say is just remember some of the things that I mentioned about connecting the corners, connecting each corner. You saw there in the S's, when I messed up the first S, like say I messed up turn 4, right? It affected me all the way through 6 and 7. I never was able to get it back. And I think that's going to be the most important thing for when you guys get after it in the race next Tuesday. So that's something that I just want you guys to really think about when you move forward. And I hope you guys had fun watching me suck. And hopefully that makes you guys feel a little better, knowing that if you guys can at least get around the track fine, you guys are already doing slightly better than I can in some of these things. So bravo to you guys. But I'm not seeing any questions. I'm looking at it. I don't see nothing. So guys, I had myself a really, really good time doing this. I believe this is my last one. I know this is round 7, so um, yeah, I'm very happy to be here. Hope you guys all have a great time in the race. Um, Race day at this track is coming up next Tuesday, so make sure you stay tuned because racing coverage begins at 5 p.m. Eastern. If you're in high school or want to join us, you absolutely still can. Just register to go racing at staypluggedin.com. For all racers, make sure you stay tuned to the Discord because there may be some information that you guys need to keep up on. So at the end of the day, thank you to the folks at Spin. Had a great time. The Formula STEM Esports Cup presented by Brightspeed Fiber Internet. Man, what a good time this is. What a good time you guys have. I hope you guys have a great time. I'm glad to see that you guys, I was told by the producers that you guys push really hard to beat Dawson and I's lap time, which is hilarious and awesome. And you guys usually end up beating us because we're just these silly, stock car drivers. So, absolute blast being here. Always have a great time. And yeah, I appreciate you guys all for being here. And I will see you guys Tuesday. Coverage starting at 5 p.m. See y'all.